Good morning, you guys. It's Saturday. I'm here in my fluffy white robe. I've got my coffee, my hair is not done, my makeup is not done. This is sort of how it's going to be some days of the week, especially Saturdays, since I don't have to work right away. And that's life, right? I mean, not every day do I need to be put together on my videos. Mind you, my hair could be a little better. I went to sleep with it wet, so it gets kind of kinked out. Anyway, so there is something that I've been noticing, just starting this off with ketones and having people try 10-day experiences. I wanted to create a video this morning to just touch on the importance of eating enough food while you're doing this, and also just different ways you can adjust your schedule and your eating patterns to accommodate your work schedule or whatever else you have going on. So I'm checking in with my people that are doing their 10-day experiences as often as I can, because for a lot of people, this transition is not an easy one. And a lot of people want to do the keto diet along with drink the ketones. At least that's been what I've seen so far, which is awesome. But if you are feeling lightheaded, if you feel very lethargic, if you have headaches, if you have muscle cramps, those are all signs of the keto flu. And all that means is your body isn't getting enough water, electrolytes, or food, really. Because when you're keto adapting and going from burning sugar to burning fats, there's this process. And if you don't stay ultra hydrated, then you're not going to feel good. So my role is to help you. I can't do it for you. I can only give you the resources and the advice, but is to help you facilitate your experience. And so I have a ton of resources already in my Keto Land group on Facebook. If you're interested in purchasing a 10-day experience from me, I do have links below to my email, my Facebook, my Instagram, and that's a group you do have to purchase a 10-day experience in order to be a part of. But so here's a perfect example. Say you work from 1 to 8 p.m. and you're not allowed to eat during your schedule because you're very, very busy, and maybe you only get like a 15-minute break to have some snacks. So I will help you figure out what you should be eating prior to going into work and how you can manage that time of basically fasting. So instead of fasting in the morning, maybe your fast is in the afternoon and you have to get a lot of your eating done in the morning and have a tiny little snack at the end of the day. So there's ways that we can figure this out, and I am there to help you out and to figure this out with you. I'm not an expert, but I have done a lot of things and tried a lot of programs, and I love helping people figure out eating schedules and what they should be eating. I'm not a nutritionist, but it's just all based on my personal experience. So there's something called the calorie counter. Yes, carb manager. Oh my gosh. The Carb Manager. It's a free app. I highly recommend you guys check that out. And that's for somebody that feels like, if you've communicated with me and you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling very good, I'm feeling really lightheaded and dizzy, that's like, you need to see what you're eating and how you're coming up short. And it's a really good way to evaluate where you're at. So you put in all your food after figuring out what your macros are, and it'll walk you through that. So that's proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. You have to make sure you're eating enough, guys. So you don't want to start drinking ketones and then literally stop eating or eat like a quarter of what you're used to, which tends to happen pretty easily because when you're cutting out processed food and grains and sugars, that's what a lot of people eat primarily throughout their day. So when you cut those things out, you really have to be cognizant of the fact that you're going to have to be adding in a lot of new stuff, or else you're going to be left with not much food in the day. So I would highly recommend looking at your schedule and planning out what time you have to eat if you have a specific schedule like that. So in this case, I would suggest waking up, drinking a big tall glass of water, having your electrolyte pills or powder mixture, whatever you've chosen for your electrolytes. I do still 100% recommend this product. You can purchase it on Amazon. It's Electrolyte Stamina by Trace Minerals Research. You take 2 of these before your ketones. I've never had keto flu. So you would drink your big glass of water, have your electrolytes, then drink your ketones. If you drink coffee, like I do, I'm drinking my coffee And then, you know, in an hour or so, I'll have my electrolytes and have my ketones. Drink your ketones on an empty stomach, at least for your 10-day experience. That's how you're going to get the best results. So then, a few hours later, so say you work at noon and you've started this regime at like 8 in the morning. So you've had your ketones. You want to wait at least 2 hours before you eat. So say she eats at, 12:30 or 12 if she works at 1 o'clock. She eats a huge Cobb salad, avocado, bacon, hard-boiled egg, a delicious vinaigrette, or it could be a sour cream-based dressing with some lime and cilantro, field greens or spinach, tomatoes, onions, like a massive salad, guys. Even add some chicken on that. So she's got protein, fats, she's got veggies, and then that is going to tide her over through for at least 3 or 4 hours, even 5 hours through her work shift. And then if she can steal some time, she can have some nuts and maybe a cheese string, a couple of carrot sticks, something that if need be, because I work in the service industry, I 100% get it. When you say you can't eat, you can't sit down and eat, but you could stick a cheese string in your pocket and go to the bathroom and eat it. Seriously, like if your work doesn't give you a 30-minute break, then they can't tell you can't go to the bathroom. So that's what I would do. Eat some nuts. Almonds are great. Cashews. So if you're in a deprived state like that, in a fasting state where you can't eat, I would eat the fattier, more carbohydrate-laden nuts, such as cashews or pistachios, without the shell, obviously. You don't want to be in the bathroom cracking shells. So cashews, that's what I would do for sure. If you have a little more time, a little bit of hummus and some carrots, and then just continue on. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Work can't deny you having water. I'm sorry, they can't. That's like completely wrong. So that's how I would manage a schedule like that. And then at 8 o'clock when you're done your shift, I would have some food in the car, even some beef jerky, some more nuts, stuff that can stay in the car no matter what the temperature is. If you can't have something in the car, I would just eat a small meal of like either fats, like have a fat bomb. You can Google that. There's a million recipes for fat bombs, savory and sweet. And then I'd have just maybe a little bit of protein, some broccoli, a little bit of fats, a couple slices of cheese, and that would be it. By 9 o'clock, be done eating. So that's how I would manage a schedule like that. Carb Manager is awesome because sometimes you could be like yesterday, for instance, I recorded my macros. I was over in fats and I was under in carbs and I was under in proteins as well. So it's better to be over in fats than over in protein, because protein, if you were doing just nutritional ketosis, if you have too much protein, it'll kick you out of ketosis. But in doing this 10-day experience, you do want to make sure you are having carbs. You know what I mean? Like I strive for 22 grams or less, but that is the ketogenic nutritional ketosis diet. You can have 100 grams of carbs in a day. You can have more than that when you're drinking ketones. It's not necessary for you to adhere to a very strict diet. So if you're finding that it's too much for you to go all in, either you don't have enough time, you don't have the finances right now to pick up like a million avocados and bacon and full-fat Greek yogurt and grass-fed butter, I totally get that. Then just do better than you were before. Take out the chips, take out the obvious things like cake and cookies, but eat just like how you normally were if you're finding it's too much of a struggle. Because the biggest thing is I don't want you feeling bad. This is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be transitioning. It's supposed to be an awesome thing. And just try and work out the kinks. Don't just say, oh, it must be because I have the keto flu that I'm feeling lightheaded. Look at your food. Make sure you're eating enough, because that has nothing to do with ketones. If you're not eating enough food, you're not eating enough food. So I went way over my 5 minutes this morning, but it's an important topic. Again, it's called Carb Manager. You can download it in the App Store. It's totally free. It walks you through figuring out what your macros are. Please reach out to me. I'm trying my best to communicate with the 10 days that I have right now, the customers. But if you have a specific question, don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right, guys, have an awesome Saturday. Take care.